Yeah, true. GTA will always be there. Actually, I actually provided some feedback today to Buddha about what I like and what I don't like about the server at its current iteration. So I'm glad to hear that they're taking feedback and open to ideas and thoughts. I think there's a lot of things that are in place that are so silly, but I explained to him how it's very, very difficult right now in GTA 5 RP to balance the server for the casual players, you know, the grinders, and the streamers. Like, there's a lot of different factions or like variety of different people that play. Where like there's some people that just offline play, like they don't stream, for like 12 to 16 hours a day, right? Like there's like that's a population that exists, and then you have streamers that also play for like 10 hours a day. Bro, what is everyone sleeping now?
Yeah, I thought we were still in April, dude. I don't even know. Okay, that's it. Yeah. GTA. I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about GTA. I like it, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Sometimes it feels like so high effort. Like if I'm not in the mood for GTA, it's actually just quite hard to get into it. But it's fun, like when I find those pockets of time that are fun. It's a very like, it can be, I don't know how to feel about GTA right now. The server's at an interesting spot. But I'm gonna give some feedback to the devs today. A little bit of feedback. Because, you know, we want the server to be good, but I think it's just at an interesting spot. It has been for a bit. Yeah, it's iffy right now, but like I know everyone who plays like obviously wants it to be at a good spot, but it is tricky. I realize a big thing is the whitelisting from, you know how like in 3.0 everything, like I know that they purposely took out whitelisting, but in the past it was a lot of whitelisting. Like Lang had Rooster's Rest, and then the RP that came from getting hired and being under Lang, right? Or you know, what is it? Rami had the gallery, or you know, Soda Poppin' at one point where I heard he owned the burger place. And streamers were like whitelisted for businesses, but now everything is done via like, you know, the buns. There's what's his name? You know, you check in and you gain rep for everything, and it's like a little different how you unlock things, so you don't have to. I think that had a little bit to do with some stuff. Less business opportunities. It also feels like harder to get your own business. Like I felt like when I got Pixel Perfect, it was very, I mean, it was like everything was kind of just like, just do this, then this, then this. Like I was like, I had a very obvious next step. Like it wasn't super easy, but like it felt like they're like, yeah, you can do it. Just turn in a proposal. And then like, oh, next, like, then boom, I got a building inside of the city. And I don't think that's like, I don't know if that's possible. Coil said whitelist would be a thing at some point. Yeah, I don't know. I think that would be good. Do you read the ideas on the Reddit? I do, but right now I'm like, either like I like don't know if I would have the like be able to execute on that idea. Like I saw some of the ideas for like the Los Santos's next, not like Sugar Baby, but like It Girl. And then I was like, I don't know if I would like execute that well. Server's still new, but that's the thing. It's like not that new. The server's like 6 months old. So I feel like at this point things should be like, but I don't know. I want to say this. I don't know enough about Nopixel in general. Like I cannot speak on anything cop related because I don't know anything about the cops. I hear from people that it's like the cops like there's very few of them, and it's like really hard to become a cop now, and the cop crim balance is like whack. So like crims can't even get cops to show up to things, or like the cops are getting wiped constantly because there's just not enough of them. Or so I'm hearing like it's struggling in that aspect. I don't see that side of the server because I don't really do stuff. Yeah. April has I'm very anti-grind, but the thing about me being anti-grind is that like so many people grind that I don't even play. Like part of me feels like I think I can't even like play with my friends because they all are grinding. So it's like, it's not really in April's character to like do weed or like G6, right? But like I'm like, dude, I kind of just like want to grind because my friends are all grinding. They're like, oh yeah, like that's what everyone's doing. So even like it, but it doesn't make sense for April to do that. So I like still try to do everything but that. She still hasn't, right? Like, but she almost did a whole day of like weed grinding, and but like because I limit April from grinding, I feel like I don't have like opportunities as much to like hang like to RP because that's where people are almost. So it feels like I'm like, if you think about it, the main mechanic of Nopixel 4.0 is grinding. Everyone talks about grind, sanitation, G6, whatever, even crims like weed, right? So if I'm not grinding in any aspect, I like, that's what everyone's doing. It's like limits how much I can RP almost. So I have to almost like, you just have to like pull things out of thin air. However, I do think it's totally doable to do that, right? Survivor, like fully created RP wise from characters. You don't need to grind to do that, but that takes a ton of effort from somebody. Somebody has to be willing to like set up an entire event, OOC, tons of time to put into that. So yeah, I don't know. It's at a like hard spot. I don't know how to like, sometimes I don't know how to interact with the server myself. It's not to say I don't have fun when I do wake up. I have a great time. But sometimes I'm like, oh, it feels like I almost like have to just start pushing weed or have to start doing things to almost just hang out with people because everyone's grinding. And like, that's just the nature of the server. But I don't know. At the end of the day, that's just my take. I also only see a certain part of the server and a certain player base of the server. So I can't speak on, that's just like, yeah. Crim Academy, for a great event. All RP based, right? Like, didn't need to grind to unlock Crim Academy, right? Blau was like, I'm gonna do this thing. Tons of work from his end, right? So fully possible to run really cool RP focused events, but passively it is like, if you're just a passive player and you're kind of like waiting for the server to like give you things to do, I guess it can be tricky, but I think that just means like people just have to put more effort into planning events and planning things for the server, which is why then they recognize that, and then they're like, hey, we're giving money to people who plan events, right? Because we don't want people who are planning to then fall behind in their money to go down. So they are addressing it in some way, I realize, right? So now it's like, well, we'll give you money to run Survivor for a big prize for Survivor because we don't want you to have to grind to make the money for Survivor. So it's like, so I do see that like it being addressed as well. I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. I feel like it's tough. I don't know. Server's at a tricky place. Anyways, for GT, I don't know. I haven't quit, of course. It's just like I'm playing Rust for now, and then I'll always go back to it. Would you make a new character for Crim activity like Bunny, like a full only Crim character? I might. That sounds kind of fun. Like just the that side of things. I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm always open to it. Maybe I just gotta do like a couple one lives and yeah. So we're varietiers right now. Anyways, that's my rant. I'm gonna go for now. I'm gonna take a little break and then I'll probably play some off-stream Rust. So if I see you through someone else's eyes, I'll be there. Other than that, goodbye and good day and good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.